People see plays being made by one person, they usually fail to realize that it's a whole unit that does their job right.
Stay up there.
This time, I'm here to inform you about the defense and all three parts that come in the unit: the defensive line, linebackers, and defensive backs. The D line is broken down into two groups. The first of the two is the defensive tackle. They're usually the two interior linemen. In the NFL, the ideal weight that coaches look for is about 300 pounds, and the height is 6'3". These are three of the best that do it right now: Vince Wilfork, Sean Rogers, and B.J. Raji. As you can see, they all fit into the ideal weight and size, but nowadays the shorter defensive tackle is the one that coaches usually get because they are harder to push, and their job is more to stop the run and clog up the middle, as well as get pressure on the quarterback. Defensive ends are usually taller. They're about 6'4" and smaller because coaches depend on them to stop the outside run and contain the passer when there's a pass play, as well as rush the passer and get sacks. Defensive ends also need to have good footwork, as they do drop into zones. They don't always rush the passer. They do sometimes have to jam tight ends. Three of the best are Jared Allen, Dwight Freeney, and Julius Peppers. As you can see, Dwight Freeney does not fit the mold at all, but he is ranked number 2 among the most sacks in the NFL. The second line of defense is the linebackers. They're broken down into two groups: inside linebacker and outside linebacker. Inside linebackers are like the defensive quarterbacks, which means they call the plays, they make the audibles. They're usually the ones that need to be the smartest and know everybody's job on the defense. They're usually about 6'2", 250 pounds. There are some that are 6'4", that just go out completely outside the mold, like Brian Urlacher. But the ones that fit in the mold are Ray Lewis and Patrick Willis. They are a part of a 3-4 defense, which relies on their inside linebackers more to blitz. So the shorter they are, then the easier it'll be for them to get through, because it's pretty much impossible for them to be seen. Outside linebackers, they are divided into strong and weak side linebackers. They're usually about 6'2", 240. They're like DNs. Their responsibility is to contain the outside run as well as rush the passer. They do also, however, have to drop back into coverage, so they are slimmer and faster than their inside linebackers. Three of the best that do it are Clay Matthews, DeMarcus Ware, and James Harrison. These are more of your rushing type outside linebackers, so they have more strength and quickness than they do have coverage skills. The last group that we're going to talk about are the defensive backs. They're broken down into 3 different ones. The first one we're going to talk about is the corners, or it was what you call it, but cornerbacks. The ideal height in the NFL is 5 feet 11 inches. They usually weigh about 197 pounds. This is because they have to be the fastest person on the field, as they are the last line of defense. Their job is to man up on the receivers, not to let a pass get completed, and they are secondary on the outside run help. 3 of the best are Darrelle Revis, Cortland Finnegan, and Charles Woodson. As you can see, Charles Woodson is one of the best. Usually the taller corners have more success just because more of the receivers are getting taller. You have 6'4", 6'3", 6'2" receivers, and just nowadays the 6'1" corners are getting the job done more than the shorter ones.
Yeah, and he's also a former Kansas.
Now we're going to talk about the safeties. We have strong safeties and free safeties. They're usually about 5'11", 200 pounds. these are three of the best that do it. Ed Reed and Kenny Phillips are free safeties. Ed Reed actually fits the mold for your regular size free safety. But Kenny Phillips, however, is just 6'2", 217 pounds, which is rare, but it also helps when defending the pass, as the safety's job is to not get beat deep. Adrian Wilson is the strong safety. He's 6'3", 230 pounds, because strong safeties are more as a linebacker, pretty much. They defend the pass with their more help on the run. I've talked to you about all three groups, and now I hope you see that when somebody makes a play, it's everybody doing their job, getting the pressure on the quarterback, holding on their receivers. It's just not one person making the play. It's the linebackers, the D-line, and the defensive backs coming together in unity to get one goal accomplished.